Now, from question 9 onwards, we'll look at 6-mark questions based on literature section. Look at the question. Answer any one of the following in around 120 to 150 words. You have 3 questions. You are only supposed to attempt 1. What you have to remember is that it's a 6-mark question. The distribution of marks has to be kept in mind while answering these questions. How should I remember that? Content carries 3. Expression carries 3, equal distribution. Expression counts your grammatical accuracy, fluency, ability to write in correct English. Once you have kept this in mind, pick up your essential ideas based on the chapters prescribed and then frame the answer. Now, look at the first one. What are the hazards of working in glass bangle industry? Which chapter are we referring to? We are referring to the story of Mukesh in the chapter Lost Spring. Based on the examples given in the story, we'll pick up suggested value points. Now, we have different reasons why it's difficult for people in glass bangle making factories to work over there. Look at the first idea. Working in the glass industry is full of numerous health hazards. First, high temperature in factories. This high temperature makes it extremely difficult for little kids and other workers to work in the factory. Second, unhygienic conditions. Third, dark, dingy rooms. No ventilation, making it extremely claustrophobic. Long working hours, which makes it toilsome for people to work in these surroundings. They have breathing problems, weak eyesight, bad health leading to psychological problems as well. All these ideas are mentioned in the story when Mukesh's story is being narrated. Make sure you pick out these and explain them with suitable examples. Once you have done that, you are able to justify the content of the question and the narrative makes it complete for a 6-mark answer. Proceed to the next one. What made the peddler finally change his ways? Which story are we referring to? The peddler in the rat trap. Once I pick up the value based point, it clearly states the peddler was not a man who was overburdened with morality. This idea is how we remember the rat trap seller. He did not have very strict morals. But in the climax of the story, he seems to be quite a transformed person. Focus on how the transformation happened. From a petty rat trap seller, he scales to the heroic heights. With the help of whom? It was because of the compassionate, generous and friendly behavior Edla Wilmanson, the ironmaster's daughter. Now, when you recall, we have to focus on the transformation of the rat trap seller. He was amazed to see how Miss Wilmanson awakened the essential goodness in him, that he behaved like a perfect gentleman in the end. It was the compassion which motivated him to become a better person. The peddler proves true to faith she had reposed in him. He did not steal or run away with anything as expected by the father. This is where the story moves to the climax, where he goes on to set an example of an honest man. Before leaving, he kept the 30 chrono notes to be returned and also left a letter thanking her for everything. This is where we can easily say that yes, he was a transformed man. He gifted her a rat trap by saying that it's a gift from a rat who has risen to become a captain. That's where you bring the textual evidence in your answer to sufficiently complete the explanation. Make sure the paragraphs are divided keeping in mind the flow of the answer. Now look at the last one. What was Sophie's dream? How was it unrealistic? How was she different from Jansi? 3 parts to the answer. Individually handle them in 1 paragraph each. Which chapter are we referring to? Going places. Look at the suggested value points. What did Sophie dream of? Sophie dreamt of having a boutique of her own. Since she was a sort of a wavering person. She looked at lot of options without really being in the practical world. Mostly her dreams were futile, or for that matter her dreams were unrealistic. For money, to open a boutique, she decides to become an actress at the same time. She also thought of becoming a fashion designer. It really didn't matter to her whether all these dreams sounded real or not. And when I look at her from the perspective of Jansi, she didn't have the means or money to pursue her dream. So this is where the other person is different. Jansi was practical, whereas Sophie was a dreamer. You highlight the contradiction. Jansi advises Sophie to be sensible and not to think beyond reality, but like we all know, she did not listen, and this is where the contradiction in the characterization stands. This is where you can complete the answer based on the analysis. Make sure you incorporate these in your answers. Once you have done that, you will be scored out of 6 marks on a scale of both content and expression. Hope the explanation was clear. Let's proceed to the other 6 mark questions.